Welcome, Gemini and Gemini cross-watchers, to your, oh my goodness, to your reading for the second half of June. Just going to make sure the deck is upright. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. And of course, thank you for stopping by my channel. Interesting. I feel like that one's... So we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Cups upright. Ooh! Sorry, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. I actually kind of feel like there's this new beginning here. It feels like that moment where it's almost like back when you were young and you both kind of realized that you like each other. It's that kind of like nervous, excited anticipation type deal, which is absolutely gorgeous. So, I feel like one of you is more into it than the other person. I feel like the other person is into it, right? But it does seem to be some reservations. It doesn't feel like they're directed to you. It's more like disillusion with love. So I want to be really clear. It's not like this person is one of those people where, you know, they want you to heal their heart and all that sort of stuff, okay? It feels more that this person is, it's almost the energy of someone that has given up on love, but is coming back out of that energy, right? So, yeah. Okay, so... where is this person set at? Or what can we tell Gemini? So the Two of Swords usually talks about not being able to see what's right in front of you, right? Sometimes actively ignoring it. But it kind of came out sideways. So it's almost like this person is on that teeter-totter and they're on that moment where like it's perfectly here, right? So it's almost like they're going to have to decide what they want, if they want to take a risk or if they don't. I feel like this person, it's almost like, are they just putting that blindfold? I think they're just taking it off. I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel that they'll be open, but a little apprehensive. Does that make sense? I'm actually starting to feel a bit anxious here, so I apologize if that kind of comes out in the read. I feel like this person does feel strong enough to move forward in a, to move forward in a relationship. It's just the melancholy sort of feeling that came with whatever loss they've experienced. I feel like it's kind of put a damper on their ability to get excited about new relationships. What does this person want? Sorry. What does this person want Gemini to know? Okay, well, geez. We have the Four of Wands here. Page of Swords, Empress. Oh, that's interesting. The Death card. And, this one. Okay. So we have Page of Swords, Empress, Death, the Star, and Temperance. So, Gemini, it's almost like this person, this might sound super strange, okay? It feels like this person wants you to know that they are open. They do kind of want to move forward. And I hesitate to say but, because it's not like there's a but that would invalidate everything that they just said, right? It's almost like them wanting you to know that they might struggle a little bit along the way with being open, but I feel like this person has every intention of kind of mending those fences if something like that. For example, if there's a situation where I don't even know why I'm stumbling over my words. if there's a situation where this person is not, you know, not very open, right? Or they're closed off, or kind of there's some rejection sort of thing, I feel like this person will self-correct, right? It's almost like there's a little bit of cynicism in them that you may catch on to, but they're totally aware of it, right? Excuse me. I'm also feeling that this person is actually going to, when they really do open up, it feels like it's almost like you'll wonder what your life was like. Or no, you kind of can't imagine a time without them anymore. I feel like you really appreciate this person. I feel like you are definitely able to see kind of what's going on with them, right? With those little idiosyncrasies, let's say, of nonverbal communication. I feel like I'm so all over the place and almost like having a hard time putting sentences together. So I apologize for that. I do want to say, I feel like this person, it's almost like whatever loss they experienced came as a result of them kind of pushing and pushing and pushing for the truth. You know what I mean? I feel like it was really hidden from them for a long time, and like not with you, but the past situation. And it's almost like this person knew what the truth was, but they needed, I want to say, like cold, hard evidence of it before they would make a move. And maybe this person has children, or, you know, fur babies, if you will, or something like that. But I feel like this person really came into their own after that situation fell apart. I feel like it's almost like the person that they were always able to, or always meant to be, was really able to flourish after that loss. And I feel like they may have kind of forgotten about that because of the loss that they've experienced just recently, right? It's almost like they really came into their own here, but I kind of feel like there's some sort of blockage between these two cards, right? So it's like they're able to reach back and remember this, but not when they came into their own. And it's almost like them wanting to be strong, right? Them wanting to be like, no, I'm strong enough to you know, survive this, or I'm strong enough to handle this on my own, or whatever it is. And I feel like there's this message here for this person, crosswatcher, if you're watching, that I almost want to say it doesn't have to be that hard. I'm going to invite you to consider and contemplate, are you far enough out of the situation that you just don't have to be that strong anymore? Because I'm kind of feeling that it's almost like this person feels like they have to force themselves to be strong, not realizing that it's just a part of who they are. It isn't hard anymore, actually, for them to be. Listen, it doesn't mean they've been through it, okay? But the message here is it's not going to take as much out of them as it did before, you know, if something doesn't go the way that they expected, right? Because they have more tools at their disposal. They understand things. You know what I mean? It's just like this person could put, I don't know how to put it together. I'm hearing ham sandwich. I don't really know what. Anyway, I feel like this person is the kind of person that could take little pieces of everything and put something together where most other people would just be like, oh, well, I don't have all the components. I'm not even going to try. Right? But they've had to do that. And I feel like I'm so excited. Okay. So I actually feel like this person is moving into a place where it's almost like they found beauty in that time when they were on their own, or at least they certainly felt that way. And I feel like they are coming into a different stage of beauty, I want to say. And like that, applies to all genders, right? A person can be beautiful. I feel like they're going to start to see themselves as who they really are. It's almost like they see themselves as this almost like tortured soul, somehow damaged. And I feel like they're going to start seeing themselves as the world sees them. And not that they're, trying to lean on other people's opinions, but it's more like they're going to start to see and understand themselves from a perspective of what they do and what they say. You know what I mean? It's not feeling good about themselves and seeing the positive things that they do. It's not caged anymore, right? It's almost like this person felt bad for feeling good. So I feel like you might notice kind of some fluctuations in this person's behavior. It's almost like sometimes they might seem like they're really holding back. Other times they might seem a little overly assertive. Not in a way where it's aggressive, okay? But it's almost like you might be able to see them kind of picking apart the situation, trying to figure out what is an appropriate boundary for them to set. You know what I mean? I hope this is making sense. So what can Gemini expect from this person? The moon. So, with justice at the bottom of the deck. Unfortunately, guys, it's not bad news, okay? But it does feel like this person, you're going to feel that something is up, and not that there's something bad going on, right? It feels more that it's like you're going to feel that there's some sort of energetic something developing between the two of you. Excuse me, but I feel like it's almost like you've learned that even if someone is, madly in love with you, if they're not doing anything about it, then nothing happens, right? And you kind of don't take the time, or you don't, I hesitate to say this, you don't waste your time by getting invested in something that the other person isn't invested in, right? So I guess waste your time is appropriate. Not wasting your time is appropriate, but using that phrase to describe that. It would be a waste of your time. So with this here, I feel like this person, it's almost like they're in this battle with themselves as to whether or not they should say anything. It's almost like you could be standing right in front of them and it's like they want to, but they don't. I feel like if there was a silence between the two of you, that you're going to know that this person wants to say something. And so there's kind of like this silence to give them the space to say it, right? But I feel like it's, for some of them, they might not have the nerve or the whatever it is, the wherewithal to say it, right? It's almost like this, that's where this energy is coming from. I feel like this person, it's almost like they have a billion things they want to say, but they've just kind of like, not suppressed it necessarily, but it's like they've tried to contain it. And it's almost like they feel that if they start talking, it's all just going to fall out. Right? And it's almost like, well, their thought process is like, well, does this mean I'm going to overshare? Does this mean this? Does this mean that? Right? So I feel like this person is, I want to say, they do seem to, they're wanting to decide how much of their heart they're ready to kind of, open. Hold on. I feel like they kind of can't avoid it. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to, let me rephrase that sentence. They're trying to decide if they should be open about the connection that they're feeling with you, about the fact that their heart is open, about the fact that they, They are interested. I'm going to be honest. I feel for some of you, this person may feel like it's not the time to approach you. I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, but that, it is what it is. I feel like you may, for some of you, you might feel this person clam up. You know what I mean? It's almost like you might kind of feel this energetic thing, and then it's like all of a sudden something changes, right? Something twists, and there's some sort of spell that's broken, and it's like you can feel the energy change between the two of you, and it's almost like a drawbridge, or like one of those old castle doors where they pull or cut the rope. I was going to say string. Cut the rope and the door just slams down. It's that kind of an energy, right? And I feel for some of you, if that's the case, you actually may be more intrigued, not necessarily interested, but intrigued. It's not that you want to, chase after somebody that isn't available, but I feel like you kind of want to get to know and understand this person. It's almost like purely from a wanting to understand them rather than romantic sort of thing. I feel like there's a lot of your playful energy coming out here, and I feel like sometimes it kind of gets on this person's nerves, but it's almost like I feel like it might make them get I almost want to say pull back a little bit. Is that right? It's almost like this person may have been made to feel stupid for acting like a child when they were a child, right? So when people kind of have that youthful, playful energy, it's almost like they look at that person with that same disdain that they were treated with. And I feel like it's time for this person to start to see that someone can be youthful and playful and fun, and also be a fully grown, mature, responsible adult. So, is there anything Gemini needs to know? I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Four of Wands was at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Ten of Swords with the Four of Wands. I feel like you just have a totally different attitude or approach to love right now, right? Just because you're youthful and playful doesn't mean that you've never been hurt before. I feel like you just seem to have this, some people, if they get pushed down, they stay down. And other people, they get pushed down, and it's not even a question of whether or not they're going to get up, right? They just get up, they get up, they get up. And I feel like you were one of those people. It doesn't mean that anyone's better than anybody else, of course. But I feel like this person was pushed down and held down. So they kind of have a harder time standing upright. And I feel like people will eventually get lost when it comes to you because you're a constant force. Listen, that doesn't mean that, you've won every battle, of course, right? But it does mean that it's almost like you seem to find a way to be a bit of that jokester, trickster energy. It's like trying to argue with somebody that's smiling, right? I feel like you're the one that can smile, because even in those sorts of, this is metaphorically, right? So it may not be the actual situation, it's just the energetics of it. So it's almost like this person, you are that type of person that if you get to the point where it's almost like whatever you're going through, whatever you were fighting for, you're not going to fight for it anymore. I feel like you just kind of toy with the situation. Now, let me be clear, it doesn't feel like you're being, I can't think of the word I want to use. it doesn't feel like you are being cruel or, manipulating this person for your own ends. Right? It's almost like I'm kind of seeing you kicking a hacky sack, and it's like, that you're kind of losing control of it. That might age me. But I feel like it's those last couple of kicks where you can see that, like, oh, I'm not going to get it. So you're just trying to have a little fun with it. Again, I want to stress, okay? It's not the type of fun where you would hurt anybody. Okay? I do feel that there may be times where when you're interacting with this person that you're kind of like, yeah, like I've been through it too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've also had to deal with those things. And I feel like there may be times where you struggle to see their point of view. I feel like there may be times where you see them as someone that is limiting themselves. And I feel like if that continues, like if they don't kind of grow in the connection and they stay in that type of energy, I feel like there may be times where you feel more like you're a teacher and a leader rather than a partner. So I think I'll leave it there, Gemini. If this reading resonated, of course, I hope it was helpful and brought you some clarity. Sorry for all the stumbling at the beginning. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.